everyone. Today I want to talk about root rot. How do you identify it and what do you do about it? Here is my Anthurium warquinum esmeralda. I got this as an import back in April, and you can see that there's some yellowing of leaves. It did come that way, but it has progressively gotten even more yellow. And so what I want to go over in this video is just exactly how to spot it if you have it, and also what you can do about it. Here, I did have mine in an aroid soil, which I probably put a little too quickly. I apologize, my counter is absolutely a mess, so don't mind that. But anyways, if you look at these roots, the water's actually really dirty because I just took it out of the aroid soil. It has rainwater and Super Thrive in there, so I'm just kind of rinsing off the roots altogether so I can actually visualize what's going on here. I knew something was wrong because of the increase in the yellowing of leaves, and I wasn't seeing any new growth or anything like that. Here's the soil that I took it out of. Believe it or not, this is an aroid soil. I don't know why it looks so terrible like that, as pumice, orchid bark, but you can see pieces of the roots actually coming off, that came off from the plant, that are in the soil. Yeah, if you look there. So that's a big sign of root rot, when you start to get pieces of the root falling off. So let's look at the plant again. You see this yellowing of leaf. Sometimes you can get black spots. You can get curling of the leaves. Things can look wilted. This is, like I said, the Anthurium warquinum esmeralda. It came in as an import, and a lot of times there's two different things that can cause root rot specifically. I should say, actually, there's more things than two, but particularly overwatering or underwatering. And a lot of times with imports, they come in very dry, and there's also been chemicals that have been placed on the roots. And so unfortunately, when you start saturating them with water, sometimes that can create issues as well if there's already roots that are dead. So yeah, so yellowing of leaves, and also the leaves don't look that great. They're curling as well. So after I soaked in the other water, this is a new mixture of rainwater and also peroxide. Some people do a 1-to-1 mixture. I'm trying to basically help treat any kind of pathogens that may be lingering. And then I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to cut most of these back. Now, in some videos, they do say that only cut the bare minimum, just the parts that have the root rot that you can visualize. The problem with that is that this one in particular had just so much, and you may not be able to see it here from this video, but it had so much that I think I might have to cut it significantly back. And one of the ways that you can tell that a plant has root rot, besides it will get kind of like a black and mushy color, you also will be able to take off pieces of the outer layer of the root, or the covering of the root. You'll kind of see here, and when you kind of just gently touch it, a lot of times that covering will come off super easy, and then the inner part will actually be exposed, and that's kind of a sign. Also, roots that break off super easy. Roots are typically going to be a white color, but all those roots can be other colors as well. But yeah, definitely look for those mushy roots that fall off very quickly, and then the sheath, when it comes off, super easy and exposes that inner root. Yeah, so you can see how easily that came off, and you can see that inner root right there. And that, when that's exposed, that just increases risk for pathogens and bacteria to affect the plant. And so yeah, this being on import definitely probably made the difference in that. So you can see here what I decided to do. I know that may seem excessive, but I did cut off most of it, and then I'm going to place it back in the water. And I'll tell you what, once I placed it back in the water, it looked so much better already, which is kind of crazy because I will probably likely end up losing all of these leaves. But that's okay because I've got plenty to work with there as far as nodes. And if I have to regrow it all the way from the nodes, that's okay too. I just went with my plant instincts, and you can see all that I cut right there, and I just chopped it. I know that some may do this differently, but this is what feels right to me. And I've done things like this in the past, and it already looks happier. And so I go with what my plant looks like makes it happy. And this might be an experiment that doesn't go that well, but you know what? We will see how it works. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to follow along.